Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Cairo. Tonight we're going to be getting into a traditional standard event because we're practicing for the best of three format. As you know, I've done a lot of best of one in the past few months, but I want to try to transition over to getting into best of three, so whenever we have best of three tournaments that happen, we're a little bit more accustomed to it with sideboarding and things like that. So here's what we have for the traditional standard event. This is going to be part one tonight because these things tend to be long. And then we'll cover part two probably tomorrow. So let me run through the deck with you. If you like, subscribe, and share, I appreciate it. Here we go. We have two considers. Look at the top card of our library. We can put it into a graveyard and draw a card. This is good early for filtering out cards. We can also discard some Memory Deluge and things like that to flash them back later. We have Fading Hope for bounce, Bloodchief's Thirst for early removal or killing planeswalkers in the mid game. To Jonathan Harker, which is actually Jacob Hawken Inspector. I really liked this card from Crimson Vow and I wanted to test its viability. It's a 0/2, you can tap it to draw cards and then exile a card from your hand face down. And then as you do that more and more, you turn it into a legendary enchantment that lets you play one of those cards for free every turn. Pretty sweet. Transforms for 6. You'll see that it gets played a little bit in these matches and it's pretty cool when it happens. It gives incredible card advantage. Jwari Disruption ×3 for early counter spells and also a land. Infernal Grasp for instant speed removal when our opponents play Hullbreakers on us, things that are huge that we need to get rid of right away. This is our go-to. We have Siphon Insight, potential finisher. If we're facing a deck with big threats, we can exile them off the top of their library and play them with any mana. Also flashes back for 3, so if you have to discard a card to do something, that's the one to discard. 3 Meat Hook Massacres for sweeping the board from early threats or mid-game threats and gaining a little bit of life there. Stabilizing till we get into our bigger things. Discover the Impossible, new card from Neon Dynasty. So, for 3 mana, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your library. You put one of them face down exiled, and the rest on the bottom of your library. Now, the cool thing about this card is if it's an instant with mana value 2 or less, you can play that without paying its mana cost. If not, you just put it into your hand. So we can play this at instant speed when we're being attacked. We can hope to exile Infernal Grasp or Fading Hope to play those without paying their mana cost. So you can do this for 3, and if you're able to exile these removal spells, you can pay them for nothing. Or we can sometimes do Siphon Insight. We can consider. So, pretty cool little card. It's uncommon, easily craftable. So if you're wanting to build this deck or make a Dimir or Azorius Control, I would consider using it. It's been pretty cool. 3 saw it coming. Bread and butter counterspell. 2 Debt to the Kami. This is a common from Neon Dynasty, easily craftable. At 3, it's a modal card. You can choose one. Target opponent exiles a creature they control, or they exile an enchantment they control. As you've seen, there's a lot of Selesnya Enchantments in the meta. So things like Hallowed Haunting, Wedding Invitation, things like that. So you can make them get rid of their enchantments, which is uncommon to see that much enchantment removal in black. So it's cool that we got a new one in Kamigawa. Even though it's a little bit overcosted, it is viable due to its double-face modal, not double-face, but its modal ability. 2 Celestis for good card advantage, a little bit of life gain once we stabilize. Behold the Multiverse, 2 of for card draw. Card draw here. 1 Sorin, good to -2 and make a 2/3 vampire with lifelink and flying. Also good card advantage for the +1, and if you get it down to 7, well, lucky you. Pretty powerful. Imrith Desert Doom can be used as a pretty good blocker because it has Ward 4 as long as it's untapped. But if you go on the aggressive when you're ready, it can draw you some cards and get some damage in and close games out. We have a lot of instants, a lot of sorceries in this deck. Hardly any creatures, so we do have 2 Lier, Disciple of the Drowned. Gives us insane card advantage. We do not have Divide by 0 anymore because it's banned. But if you drop Lier, you can also protect it with Fading Hope. If you played a Fading Hope earlier in the game, you drop Lier on turn 6. You can protect it with Fading Hope. If they target it, bounce it back to your hand, bring it back the next turn. Our big finisher, Hullbreaker Horror. You guys have seen this card. You know it. You love it. Nothing really to explain there. It's a great card. and it is our finisher. 2 Halls of Storm Giants to add in some lethal damage later, turn 7, 8, 9. Islands. New legendary land from Kamigawa, Otawara Soaring City. Comes in untapped, adds a blue mana, or you can channel it for 4, discard it, return an artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. That does get cheaper with the amount of legendary creatures that you have out. So say we have Lier and Imrith out, and possibly Jacob Harker. This costs 1. That's cool. Hive of the Eye Tyrant there, mostly to get rid of things that flash back that our opponent has in the graveyard, but it can deal some damage. It's a 3/3 menace, but typically we want to be exiling our opponent's memory deluge and things like that when we attack with this. Takenuma Abandoned Mire, another legendary land from Kamigawa. Channel it for 4, mill 3 cards, and return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. This is awesome if, say, your Hullbreaker Horror gets killed in your graveyard. Same with Imrith, Sorin, or Lier. Sometimes that does happen. Your opponents have instant speed removal and they kill it. You can just bring it back with Takenuma and start wrecking again. Pathways, Marshes, 2 Fields of Ruin. In the sideboard, we have Disdainful Strokes, or other control decks that cast big things. Also, Selesnya Enchantments, so we can counter Hallowed Haunting. Negates, for the same reason. Another Infernal Grasp, another Sorin and Imrith if we need it. And we also have Check for Traps. So early in the game, if they have big problematic spells that we want to get rid of, we can get rid of them from their hand directly, not wait for them to have to be countered or whatever. Go blank if our opponent is abusing their graveyard, like some of these Sultai Reanimator decks. We have this. We can have them discard 2 cards and exile their whole graveyard, which puts a stop to graveyard recursion from our opponents. Hero's Downfall, uncommon from Crimson Vow, destroy creature or planeswalker, pretty simple. And Shadow's Verdict, if we have a little deck that likes to go wide, and especially you bring back little clerics and things from the graveyard, Shadow's Verdict will take care of that. We'll exile all creatures and planeswalkers with mana value 3 or less, and all of them from all graveyards. So, woo, that was wordy. I appreciate you sticking with me. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment for something that you liked, something I could have done better. Share it. I appreciate it. Helps the channel, and thank you very, very much for your support. This is going to be part 1. We're going to do 2 games, and then we're going to finish up the rest of the event in the second video. Thank you very much. Traditional standard event. Let's do this thing. We'll play first. Okay, 2 Considers. Celestis, Field of Ruin, and some lands. Not ideal, but we don't always get ideal hands. So we'll roll with what we have. Guess we'll go Clearwater Pathway. Say go, hold up, consider. Okay, let's consider. Do we want the Field of Ruin? Probably don't need it. Into the graveyard it goes. Behold the multiverse, we draw. Alright. Let's play this on black. Get this foretold. Opponents on Orzhov colors and looking like probably clerics, if I had to guess. We draw a Debt to the Kami, new card from Kamigawa. Choose one. They exile a creature they control, or they exile an enchantment they control. Kind of expensive, but it's a nice modal card. Let's play Marsh. Let's get Celestis down. And we'll hold up a blue mana from the Celestis to consider. Alright. Coming in for 1. We'll take. Okay, let's consider. Glory Disruption, yeah, I think we want that. We can hold that up and behold the multiverse. That'd give us some Maybe a counter for Edgar if they try to play it, or something for 4. I think we want it. Draw a card, discard a card. I don't know if we... I guess we want to keep Debt to the Kami. We'll get rid of Bloodchief's Thirst. Grab a Saw It Coming. Alright. Field of Ruin. Get that foretold. Now we have a Behold the Multiverse and a Saw It Coming foretold and a Jwari. We might want to just save that to make sure we hit our land drop. That'll give us 6 total mana if we draw one of our Hullbreakers soon. Cosmos Elixir. You know what? Let's not. Let's counter it. We'll take the 1. Through a Fading Hope. Alright. Well, we'll just hold. Aura. Okay. We don't want to waste our counter on it right now. Because we're just going to throw it back to their hand. Into the hand and Behold. Okay. Jonathan Harker and a Behold. So if we draw the Jonathan Harker, we can play it, start blocking their 1/1, then we can counter their Aura. I guess we'll take Jonathan Harker, and then we will put that one down. Alright, drew land, that's good. Yep. Let's play Jonathan Harker. Get this foretold, and then we'll have 2 counters. Hard counters, too. For their Aura or whatever they want to play. First, alright, we'll let Jonathan go. No need to counter that. Veteran's fine, we can meat hook those up. That to the Kami can go. I don't think we need it for any good reason. Let's do this. Yeah, we want Lier. But we don't want Lier yet. We have a Bloodchief's Thirst, a Fading Hope, a Behold the Multiverse. So we want to use our counters first. So let's get rid of Shipwreck Marsh and hold Lier. Use our counters up. Then cast Lier and then cast all our spells again. Seems like a good plan. Aura. Counter the Aura. Alright, here's a Sorin. I don't see any reason why we don't Sorin. And then we go ahead and do one here.
Set things right.
Get a creature on the field.
I bring my
We'll gain a life, draw a card, discard a card. Discover the impossible. We'd rather have Lier in our hand. But we can play that. When we play Lier, we could discover the impossible if we want. Drana. Okay. Interesting. Let's look at the top card, see if we can draw removal, which we have. Very good.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Do we want to get through with our 2/3 lifelinker? We have 3/7 mana. And we will have to choose a non-legendary card and return it, which would be Lunarch Veteran. We're not super scared of Drana right now. Let's just hold back. Deluge. Man, I want the Deluge. Let's get rid of Lier since we still have a counter that we need to use. Set a stop before our opponent's attack phase. See if we want to Infernal Grasp before they attack, we may. We have a hard counter up, so gonna be Hullbreaker time for long. Fast combat. Alright, just kill it now. If they don't play anything, we'll just Memory Deluge, draw some cards. Kaya. Yeah, let's counter that. Okay, there's another meat hook. Let's look at our library. Yeah, we'll take Jacob Hawken, Jonathan Harker.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Okay, let's go in. We have 7 mana. We'll hold it up. We'll Hullbreaker at the end of their turn. And then if we play Memory Deluge at the beginning of our next turn, we can bounce whatever they... Yeah, that's okay. So they're going to make the Hullbreaker cost more. So why don't we cast it now? Make them have removal on it. Made the meat hook more expensive. Here's a Phantom. Well, they weren't able to get rid of the Hullbreaker, which is cool. Get rid of the island. See what's on the library. Memory Deluge. Okay.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Give them an opportunity to block first. So we have 7 total mana, so we can't cast both Deluges right now anyway. So let's get Jonathan Harker down, save a Deluge for if they try to play something and counter it with Hullbreaker. Seems a good plan. Always cool to be able to counter something and draw cards. Aura. Alright. Deluge. Turn a spell to its owner's hand, which will be Aura. And we'll grab a Fading Hope and a Siphon Insight. That sounds good. Okay. 8 mana now. So let's go in with the Hullbreaker. Well, basically, these are all instants, so we'll keep all these up to counter their spells. And we'll just make another vampire. Good to go.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
Siphon Insight we'll discard because we can flash it back for 3. No problem. One of those cool things where if you kept to discard a card to draw a card or something, you can discard a card with flashback and still have access to it. Nice. Nobody plays with Jacob Hawken Inspector or Jonathan Harker, but I figured it would be kind of cool to see what he could do. Luminous Phantom, we'll let that go. Now Aura we will not let go. So let's siphon some insight. See what they've got to play. Oh. Righteous Valkyrie, I guess. Okay, well, let's discover the impossible and bounce the Phantom. Yeah, we'll grab another Hullbreaker. Exile it, or we'll put it into our hand. And... oh, good. Rid of the meat hook. They're tapped out, so let's just go in. Got there for game 1. I don't know if we want to sideboard in anything. Shadow's Verdict could be useful. Doesn't really hit Aura, though. I don't think we need the debt to the commies. Didn't see like they were running enchantments, so let's instead another grasp and a check for traps. We have 4 lands, 2 of which are swamps, 1 is a pathway. We can foretell Assault coming on turn 2, discover the impossible on 3, and then meat hook. We need if they play some little stuff. Seems okay. Hive of the Eye Tyrant first, then Island. So we have both of our things covered. That's nice. Blood Chief's Thirst for whatever they play. So let's get the Sot coming. Valkyrie. Okay. Let's throw down the swamp. And hold. Null Priest. Sure. That one will counter because we want to be able to kill the Righteous Valkyrie, hopefully with a meat hook. We don't want its toughness getting out of hand. How about island here? Yeah, I think this is their game plan, so we just take this out now. And we hope that they don't have an aura to place on the field, so that way when it dies, they bring back the Valkyrie. Spellbinder, yeah, that's fine. So the meat hook is what they're going to take, I'm sure. We have the option to meat hook and kill both of their creatures, or we can just chill. I think we'll just chill out. Do this. And then... okay, that's alright. So we'll take 5 here. Behold. I don't think we want the Siphon Insight, but we do want the Lier. Time to meat hook. Probably should have used the more expensive one there, but this way we hold up Jwari Disruption. So. They try to slam an aura or something, we can counter it. Player class is fine. Other Tabaraks, okay. What do we have? Black, black, blue, blue. Let's just say go. We have enough mana to Memory Deluge and also discover the impossible. Perhaps get a little removal spell from this. Okay. We're okay with that. Alright, let's discover. Choose one and exile. Let's get the Hullbreaker in our hand. Seems great. And then we'll Deluge here. We'll grab another island and Blood Chief's Thirst. We want to have some removal. What do we have in here? We'll just say go. Okay, we go to 7. Hullbreaker in. thirsty. Get that life total under 28. So the Valkyrie can't do anything. Or can't pump the whole squad. Okay. Hullbreaker's gone. But they spent their whole turn to do it. Not super concerned about it. Still have a meat hook, we have a Lier, and we have a memory deluge. Okay, get this foretold. Let them go. Valkyrie is fine. We don't want to waste our counter on something that we can just meat hook away. Deluge. Alright, let's grab Imrith and the Celestis. Takanuma, we can grab our Hullbreaker back. That's cool. Get the Celestis down. In for 4. Valkyrie. Okay. Imrith in. We have a Fading Hope in here. We do not. Alright. We want to keep our counter, so we don't want to play Lier just yet. But we may channel this out, return the Hullbreaker at the end of their turn. See what they do. All about reacting. Another one. That puts our life total to 26. Turn this one to their hand. We'll let this one resolve. And we'll counter this one. That way they can't attack. They wouldn't have attacked anyway, but that's okay. So we had Fading Hope. Now we can drop Lier. Attack. They don't block, we'll draw cards. Lestis. Let's... Yep, let's Fading Hope the Righteous Valkyrie. Then if they try to target Lier or Imrith, we'll Fading Hope those back to our hand. But right now, grab a Hall of Storm Giants. Okay, and we have 1 blue mana held up with the Celestis to protect our creatures. And we have 2 Fading Hopes. Blood on the Snow, destroy all creatures. And then bring back what? Valkyrie? There goes Imrith. Lier back down. Get this dead. We'll keep Fading Hope up, and then we can also discover the impossible if we want to. Or we can just Takenuma at the end of their turn and get back our Hullbreaker. Am I saying Hullbreaker? Not what I mean. I meant Imrith. Kaya.
Death is inevitable.
Okay. Lier in. Blood Chief's Thirst on Kaya.
Look, I can't do everything.
3 mana left over. Like we said before, we're just holding. We're in a holding pattern. Exhausting their resources. Valkyrie. Aura. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Takenuma, we're gonna grab... Actually, no, I'm sorry. We're gonna discover the impossible, see if we can grab a Hullbreaker. Yep. We're gonna play that, we're gonna bounce some stuff, and then that'll be good enough. We'll exile the Infernal Grasp, and we can pay it without its cost. Bounce that. And... there we go. The reason I didn't bounce the Cleric class there is I don't want him playing it again, leveling it up, and getting something back from the graveyard. So since we had to use the trigger for the Hullbreaker, I just bounced that. I think it's going to be good enough. We have an Infernal Grasp up for whatever they play. We also have a Fading Hope. I think we're going to be good enough. Lier and Hullbreaker on the board, it's very hard to deal with that. Okay. Let that go. Alright. Well, we're going to bounce this, and then we're going to return Fate Aura to the hand. Sure. Then we'll power up the Hall of Storm Giants, and we'll call it a day. That'll be game one. Good game. Good game, opponent. It was a good game. Okay, we can consider... We have Jonathan Harker, turn 2, and a meat hook. It's not a great hand, honestly. But we are on the play, so if we want to consider, we can maybe grab something we need. We'll keep it. Oh, I dig these sleeves. Those are cool. Killian sleeves. I like Killian. I think he didn't get much. He didn't get the love that he deserved in Strixhaven. He's cool. Alright, island down. Save the consider for their turn. Ranger's Hawk. Okay. Consider. Do we want another meat hook? We might. They're playing Ranger's Hawk. I think not right now. Alright. Swamp down. Use that opportunity to get Jonathan Harker down. Six to transform him. Hawk is in for 2. Alright, Lier. Get double swamp down. Double swamp preparing for a meat hook. So if they put the counter on the Hawk here, we'll probably bounce it with Fading Hope. If they put the counter elsewhere, we'll probably just wait and meat hook next turn, save it. Jonathan's not going to survive this anyway. Where are we going? Hoping they wouldn't put it on the Hawk. Okay. I think we can take it for another turn. Block. We can take a little damage. We'll save our Fading Hope. Worry. Alright, let's get an island down. This is where we're probably going to use our Fading Hope. Put it on the Hawk, we'll bounce the Hawk, and then we'll be able to blow these out. Okay. A lot of stuff out there. On the Orator. Okay, we don't want it to have flying, because we'll chump block it. Then we'll probably have to meat hook everything out. Pot coming. No, we probably want more removal instead of counters because all this stuff's cheap. So we're getting... It's flying. Alright, so... We're flying anyway. I forgot about that. Alright, we're 12. Another Jonathan Harker. Alright. Can we hold out another turn? We need to meet Hook now. Probably do, right? Because they put a counter on the Righteous Valkyrie, it just gets out of hand. We have Fading Hope and a Consider that we could play if we draw an untapped land. Island with Lier. Thinking now we should have kept that Meat Hook. We might be okay. They haven't played a land yet. Hawk. Scare Shield Mate. Okay, this allows us to Fading Hope right now, then play Lier next turn, and then Fading Hope again. Guys, this looks like jank. Looks super like jank. We are actually getting close to transforming Jonathan Harker, so we may take the 3 here, cast Lier, and then Blood Chiefs or something. I think we'll be okay. I want to have good matchups here, but sometimes you do get paired against people that are playing jank. But if we lose, then we lost to jank too. And that's not good. But I don't think we're going to lose. They didn't play the Righteous Valkyrie, that's odd. Consider, see if we can draw removal for that. If not, we'll bounce it. Celestis. Yeah, we actually do want that, though. No attacks, not even in the air. Okay, successfully transformed Harker's Obsessive Inquiry. Get the Celestis down. Get Sorin down. And we'll hold up 2 Fading Hopes.
Under my
Vampire.
neither vampire nor human will go extinct. You will serve me well.
No dungeon venturing from Ranger's Hawk either. Which is odd. Watching this video, I apologize about the wait. This is a slow player. I have no control over it. We're just chilling. I want to grab a book, grab a cup of tea. Alright, if you're not going to do anything, we're going to Fading Hope this Valkyrie. Discovery. Yeah, we like that. Get to play that for free if we want. Yeah. Draw a card. Discard the island. We have an Infernal Grasp. Okay. Play this on Swamp. With the Infernal Grasp on the Unicorn. Let's attack before we do anything else. Oh my god, come on. This doesn't make for a good YouTube video. Expel. Alright, full Fading Hope. Well, first, we'll grasp away this hawk. That way we make sure our life linker gets through. Then we'll bounce Lier back to our hand. We'll discover the impossible. Try to seal this game out, get a Hullbreaker or something, or an Imrith. Deluge is fine. It's good enough. Okay. Damage. It's a hive. It's a hive of the Eye Tyrant. We'll reveal it. Okay.
Blood for knowledge. A fair trade.
So we'll keep up mana for Memory Deluge. We're getting there, people. We're making progress. All right. You know what this does, right? Okay, let it go. All right. Let's get rid of the hive because we want to keep both Memory Deluge. That's going to be great. Right. Trying to be patient. This is probably like a newer player or whatever, but I'd rather have good matches. But I don't want to exclude any matches from the event because I don't want people to not be able to see all of them. So this is tough. Tough for content creation. Maybe I'll write a song about it. Do 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 do. 2 damage. We're ready. Actually, Lier back at it again. Make a vampire.
You fight
Play the
for
swamp.
me now.
Get that foretold. Fledgling gets big. Valkyrie comes in. Nadar comes in. All right. Cooking with gas now. So ideally what we want to do is Memory Deluge, grab another Meat Hook Massacre, then kill the Valkyrie so we only have to Meat Hook for 3, leaving Lier alive. That's what we want to do. Or we could Behold the Multiverse and then Infernal Grasp the Valkyrie if we see a Meat Hook. That cleans up our whole board for us. Cleans the board. think that's what we'll do. Let's behold. Discover, siphon. I don't think we're going to get anything good. There's a meat hook. Alright, just as planned. Valkyrie dead. Okay, let's get the Hall of Storm Giants down. Then we'll attack with our lifelinker. Get some life. Where's that meat hook at? Meat hook for 3. Oops. Whoa there. Meat hook for 3. Just tick up Sorin so we can make another
not for the weak.
thing, and then we'll just say go. White dragon. Alright. Tapped. Siphon Insight, just for fun. See if we get anything good. Stonebinder's familiar. Okay. And then let's Deluge. Grab another Hall. Let Sorin die.
Things have not gone my way.
And then we'll just Hullbreaker at the end of their turn and we should be okay. Should be able to close this game out. Okay. Alright, we're good. Let's discard the Field of Ruin. Cast Debt to the Kami. Exile a creature they control. Power up the Hall, and hopefully we can close this out. Go sideboarding. I think we're gonna have to break this into 2 videos. This is getting a little long. Alright, that to the Kami can go. One more Infernal Grasp. And then maybe a Hero's Downfall or removal. Not a great starting hand. But I'm not sure that they're going to be a crazy explosive. Let's keep it. They weren't explosive last time, really, but Kite Sail. Alright. So, Pathway on black. We'll let the Kite Sail go. Because we don't have anything to do on turn 2. If they play something stronger, we want to save our Blood Chief's Thirst for that. Don't immediately want to take out the Kite Sail Cleric. Order. Yeah, we'll take that out. Probably going to take that out. Let's cast Clearwater Pathway. This. Sets up a Hero's Downfall next turn, and then a Memory Deluge. Hopefully we can draw some middle ground stuff to hold us over until we get that Hullbreaker out. Grasp. Okay. We'll wait. Nothing we really want to remove yet. We can Memory Deluge on 4, grab a Meat Hook. We'll be like really set up. Okay. We'll take that. Then we'll play this on black. This will do discover and hold. Not what we were hoping for, but we do have Hero's Downfall mana and Infernal Grasp mana, so 5 mana. We have 6. We can dig up a Meat Hook. We were able to. Look at that. Our patience paid off. Now we're in good shape. Handful of cards. Meat Hook on board. Life is sweet. Okay, let's hold. Only removal that I saw last time was Expel, and this won't be tapped, so hopefully we can close this game out pretty quick by just slamming Hullbreaker here. Yeah. Another Hullbreaker is fine. Sounds good to me. Yep. But we have to attack, so that's fine. We can dig that back up with Takanuma later. Not a huge deal. Let's go Jonathan. Keep Infernal Grasp up. Dragon. Taps it down. Alright. Grasp. So we know now that all they have is a Beskir Shield Mate. So let's dig up our Hullbreaker. Whoops. Wait a minute. Mill 3 cards for a creature planeswalker. Oh, expel, exiled it. Alright. Kind of a misplay, but we're still good. Let's consider. Yep, we want the haul. We're alright. A little bit of a punt there. Didn't realize it got exiled, but we still have another one in our hand. We're alright. Life is still sweet. Apparition. Field mate. Okay, let's pass the turn. Starnheim. All right. One angel. I did not expect that. See that coming. Here's another Hullbreaker. Block the apparition to get our token. In. See what they drew. Drew a land. In we go. Undefeated so far. So that's going to do it for part one of the traditional standard event. I hope you enjoyed the games. I know the second one was a little long, but it was fun nonetheless to see it perform, and I think it performed pretty well. So I think in the second video, we have to run the same version, and I have faith that it's going to do pretty well. I'm excited about getting the second video started. So if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, and I hope when you're playing Arena, you have the best of luck and you always curve out and draw what you need. Till next time, take care.